Hey everybody, I'm Lana, and I am about to tell you a few ways that you can get a visa in Japan, and this will probably work for other foreign countries as well. Basically, look into whatever country you want to move into, and for this sake, this is the Black in Japan version. What I did was I looked into teaching agencies because I had a degree and I knew that would get me into the door. A colleague told me about that. And a lot of times that will qualify you right off the bat. So there are different companies. This is if you're okay with teaching. There are some other avenues that I'll mention, but this is what I know about personally. There, the three that come to my head immediately are Amity, Jet, and Aeon. There are other companies out there, but like I said at the top of my head, that's what came to me. The process of that is pretty much being a native English speaker and having a college degree, a completed degree. I'm not sure if an associate's degree would count, but it might. I had a bachelor's degree. And when you do that, there is an interview process, and basically you meet the companies, meet with the companies, and talk with them. They want to know that you are very fluent in English, that you can communicate, that you understand, that you have a good personality, that you look presentable, because I'm not sure if this is current to this day, but when I did it, that country is big on looks. Like, if you have tattoos, make sure they're not visible. If you have piercings, either you can take them out or make sure that they're very minimal. I do have a piercing right here. It is very small. And honestly, I can't remember if I took it out or if I put like a stopper in there just to keep it open. But those types of things are big. Good personality, be smiley, happy, and excited. Show these qualities when you interview with these companies. They will give you a series of tests to complete just to test your knowledge. Okay? So know something. But once you get hired, once you go through all those interviews and those different tests for comprehension and show up as presentable. Also, I didn't have these weird nails. Ladies, don't do these weird nails. If you do that, it's a little too much for them. But yeah, once they know that you're a native speaker and you go through all the tests, there are a bunch of people that are competing, or should I say interviewing, with or against you. And they do let it be known that it is competitive, basically. So be mindful of that. yeah, once you go through the process, they're gonna give you some more tests just to make sure that you're staying up on your P's and Q's. And they also give you like some books and quizzes on the culture over there, because it is a very different culture than where you are from. Wherever you are from, it's probably very different than yours. And that right there, if you get that job, at least when I did it, that guarantees you a 3-year visa. So for 3 years, you will be able to not only live in Japan, but you will be able to work in Japan. Now, each company is different, and their visas might be different lengths of time. I'm speaking on my experience. Mine was 3 years. Will I say the company that I work with? I won't say the company that I work with, but it was one of the three that I mentioned. Um, when you get that visa, if you have other plans, have them in order, because that's exactly what I did. And maybe they have gotten hip to that, maybe they haven't. But like I said, once you get that visa, they're not taking it back from you. So no matter what you came into the country to do, what job you came into the country to do, you don't have to stay there. You do sign a contract that basically says that you agree to be with that company for at least a year. Did I stay for a year? I didn't stay for a year. I ain't stay for a year. Um, because God worked it out for me, where I didn't have to stay for a year. Um, I'm not sure if I should go into that story right now or like break it up. I can't go into it. I'm gonna go into it a little later in this video. So once you get that visa, you're good to work in that country legally and get paid legally, and it like even like pays into a pension, that whole system for the next 3 years. That's one way to get a visa. There are other individual companies that are not English related. If you're in the tech industry, you would reach out to them and they would sponsor you. They would give you a visa that way. Um, very, very, very different rules for each company. I worked for an English company. So, yeah. How I was able to get out of my year-long commitment, because they were gunning for 2 years. They really liked me. How I was able to get out is it's the culture over there. One of my coworkers was a man, and it is a male-dominated country. He had a very, very bad temper tantrum, and essentially he tried to physically assault me. He threw like a book across the office at me. By the grace of God, he didn't have good aim and there was no connect, but that was my way out of that year-long commitment and into what I came there to do. As you might know, because I know every single body that's watching this is not familiar with me and my journey, I went to Japan to do entertainment strictly. I got the visa because through teaching. But as soon as I was able to get out, I did. So, like I said, he had a very, very bad temper, and he threw a book at me. And after that, I put in my 2 weeks notice because I no longer felt safe. And for real, no, I didn't feel safe. Um, if you're in a foreign country and the dominant society, gender attacks you, you probably won't feel safe either. Even the way that they went about correcting the situation was just like not acceptable for me. If I hadn't been financially secure and only depending on teaching, I would have stayed, but I had already been auditioning, and had landed some really big. Okay. Okay, we're back. It's raining where I am. Forgive it, please. Cokie threw that book and I was out. My safety had been jeopardized. I no longer felt comfortable with being in such an aggressive and abusive environment. And the truth of the matter is, that country is okay with abusing their employees. I have seen with my own eyes people get berated verbally and hit physically and be okay with it. This kind of stuff would not fly in America, but in Japan, it's a part of the culture and it's expected. When your superior is your superior, it is what it is. It's like, it is what it is. Maybe I'll go into that a little later too, but yeah, that is how you get that is a way that you can get a visa to work in Japan. I did it through English. You can do it through different companies. I know there are a lot of tech people, who are able to do it. Another way to do it is through marriage. If you can find somebody to marry you. If you know very wealthy families that can host you, they can pay for your visa. If you're very wealthy yourself, you might be able to meet somebody and get them to host for you if you pay them. I'm not saying those ways are the best ways, and you could run into some other issues with that, but the issue-free way that I did it was through working with the English company. I am playing my album in the background. Every time you hear me, you will be hearing some of my music in the background if you can't hear it at all. It's vast, meaning variety, great variety. Check that out on every platform. I have it on this page. Check my website out, swazlana.com. COISELANA.com. That's how you get your visa over there. They can't take it away. Only way you can get it taken away is if you do something like foolish, illegal, get yourself kicked out of the country, which I have seen that happen too. Do not steal. Leave your stealing kleptomaniac ways back in your native land. Matter of fact, you should really just leave that in the trash because that's trash behavior. It's really unacceptable to be stealing from people, but stealing, fighting will get you kicked out too. Because I have seen that instance where I hope he's doing well, but I had a friend who actually he got assaulted and he defended himself. But when you're in a foreign country, the best defense is not getting into any type of trouble at all. So they don't have a reason to put their people against your people because you're in their land and they win, run it, and rule it in their land, okay? And drugs. That'll get you kicked out in a heartbeat. So don't do those over there. There will be people that can get you some drugs too. Kick your habits. Kick your habits if you want to keep your visa. Those are the ways that I can think of off the top of my head that'll get you kicked out just like that. So don't do those. If you have any questions, oh, okay. Let me say this too. Okay, so the visa it's a piece of paper that they put in your passport, that lets them know what type of visa that you have, what you're allowed to do, how long you're allowed to stay. Yes. They give you an ID card, like a residence ID card, and you need to keep that on you at all times. If you're a person that loses important documents, take a picture or get it copied. What is it? Photo print copied? Get you a copy so you can keep that with you. I never ever got stopped and asked for my residence card, but no foreigner is above that. And they want to see it. They want to make sure that you're there legally. So keep that on you. If you have any questions, put them below. Make sure that they are guideline friendly for YouTube so that I can actually see them, because on some videos I'm seeing that there are comments, but the filters in YouTube won't show me what they are, even in YouTube Studio. So make sure there is no profanity in it, nothing too vulgar or racist or anything that could be offensive. You can ask questions without being offensive. And if you don't know how to do that, get on Google and ask, how do I say such and such another way? So that I can answer your questions, because that's what I would like to do for anybody who is interested in moving to Japan. I would like to help you on that journey, or just share mine and it be helpful to you some type of way. Let me think. Yeah, like and subscribe. Follow your girl. Swaz Lana. And I'm going down the journey from the beginning to the end. I could have stayed there and continued to teach for many years to come. It wasn't what I went there for, but you could do that. I did it for entertainment. That visa will get you in the door to get paid. Not just be visiting, to actually get paid. I was there to work and get paid in what I wanted to do. So Thank you for watching. Love you much. Check out the next one, okay? See ya.